Today's date, November 22, 2024, Friday. I'm finally home after attending UST's Salinlahi, Salinlabi, where I was one of its guest speakers. Upon opening the gate, Sago immediately approached me, her nose budging the gate. She obviously missed me. She was probably wondering where I'd been. She probably felt abandoned and was worried sick. When I opened the door, she came with me. When I went upstairs to my room to change clothes, she joined me. This time, Sago felt I'd been gone for too long, when it usually takes me a short while. I was not able to say goodbye because we were in a hurry to make sure we arrive on time. My speech went well. I was not nervous when I faced the audience. I have already timed my speech and rehearsed it a couple of times. The way you see me vlog was how I exactly delivered my speech. I read but would look at the audience. It only goes to show practice makes perfect. In the future, I hope I can read less and look at the audience myself more. I think I'll do more vlogs in English to practice my accent. On certain occasions, it's easier to write in English because it has a more expansive vocabulary than Filipino. It would certainly help if I receive feedback. Perhaps a mentor could advise how to speak like news reporters or the president, or if I need index cards to write down key points and the rest would be ad-lib. Anyway, the guest speakers were given certificates of appreciation. This is the very first time I spoke to an audience. My sister considered my speech as a milestone and was commending me. The audience were mostly students, but there were a few writers and professors from UST's Creative Writing Center. We started and ended on time. A score sheet was passed to evaluate the guest speakers. I had no idea whatsoever if the audience would evaluate us objectively, although I consider my speech to be my best performance yet. I felt good afterwards, since first times are always memorable. Then there were a few who bought my book and asked for my autograph. My goodness, I felt like a celebrity when I had very humble beginnings. From a secretary, nag-level up na ng gusto sa pagiging guest speaker. I was telling my sister and her driver. I couldn't help but burst into laughter. That's how groundbreaking this day is. It feels like I'm walking on clouds. The biggest consolation I got today was when my sister congratulated and hugged me while saying, "Love you." I truly appreciate the support from my family, Penguin's delegated staff, and UST Center for Creative Writing and Literary Studies. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I hope this will not be the last.